I'm going to just colour that in, leaving some grey areas behind. And you'll see by using the black you'll just completely cover that up. I'm leaving little bits of grey showing through. Now what I'm going to do is just gently dab and blend that. You will get ink on you, but it softens it. It softens everything in. Alright. See, like, there's a bit of white there. I can just put that in there. Instead of being a harsh line, I can just soften it before it dries. I'll show you again. There's a shadow, soften it. And then if you don't like what you see, you just go back in with your white and you can do it again. And you cover it up again. Right, mislaid the top to this now. That's clever. There it is. So basically I've just coloured a bit of that in. Now, sky's the limit really now. It's just kind of a case of put what colours you want in there. I'm going to mix a bit of brown in here just to give it a bit of a different look. Just to make it look a bit more rocky, so to speak. Going to get a little bit of light grey here and colour in this bit. Another thing you can do, thinking about it, is that when you've got a little bit of white black on here, wet black, you can pick that up with the lighter colour, and you can also draw in darker bits, but they'll be slightly lighter because they obviously have the grey mixed with it as well. So you can do all that, pick it up, don't be frightened about messing them up, because after a couple of scribbles the colour comes out again. So I'll show you. Hang on, let me pick up some black. Right, now watch, this will be black and it'll go to light. Yeah, gone. And that's how you blend. Pretty much like that, but I lay it direct on there and blend with the lighter colour rather than worrying about putting it on the tip and doing it. It's just how I prefer to do it, and makes a lot more sense to me. Yeah, nice little bit of greeny gold in here. Keep mixing. This is sort of not probably the best area to be showing how to get colour in, because it's a bit scruffy. But you can see I just added some colour in there, just brightens everything up. Right, now I'm going to go back to the spots again. They've probably dried a bit now. And I'm going to use the black. I'm going to use the soft chisel again. Right, now what I'm going to do is a bit of negative drawing here. I'm going to colour the spot in, but at the same time colour into them little white come ivory areas. Just to, hang on, let me get a finer. I want a finer one. So if I draw into that, into the white, make sure you don't block it completely in, you'll end up with little bits of white hair showing. And that's how you get a fur look. Drawing dark into the light. I mean, with other mediums it's different. But that's how I'm getting it with this. Now look, if I go into there, I hope you can see that. Draw into that. A little bit here. But even so, I can do that there and have some darker fur show. Just whatever you do, make sure that everything you do is going in the direction of the fur. So what I'm saying is that I'm colouring that spot in, but I'm colouring down into that area, which gives me the fur that's sticking up. If I didn't do that and I went across that way, it would just look, well, odd. And like I said, this will dry up slightly lighter and hopefully give you what you want. So this one here, I'm just going to draw into the fur. That's left some nice, like an overlap of fur now. Same here. feathery edges on these spots. Gives me a little go for. Put an extra one in there. See, now I just added a black in there, just a black spot, and that's not so nice. It's too black. Nobody's going to notice it in this case, but it's just not as nice. See, now you look, I changed the direction of the fur then for this spot down here. I'm just basically colouring in the spot. That one upwards. That one will be downwards. That's the way the fur is. So I'm going to shut up for a minute, just let you watch. Oh! Ha! My hand took away with me then. Do you ever get that as an artist? I get that a lot. Whereas my hand all of a sudden does what it wants to do, rather than, and it's usually on detail bits, rather than what I'm intending it to do. It's like my hand takes over my brain. Because it's up to you how the spots look. It's up to you to change things, make them look right. And like I said, if they don't, I said I was going to shut up, didn't I? If they don't, then you just go over it with a white and try again. Right, I'm hoping you're getting the idea. So let's take this big spot here, and there's a fold in a leg or something. So I've blocked it in. I've gone up there, feathered it up because it's going into a little bit of a white area. But then down here I also need to do it as well, because there's the top of this fur sticking up. That part of that white fur will be sticking up. So to get that, I just draw into it, negatively draw. And that way I can actually get another fold in the skin if I need to. Right, again. And that way you can make it look furry. Right, I'm just going to tidy up this part of the rock. Not entirely sure what I'm going to do with that yet. All I know is I needed it there. I need a harsh edge, because it is a rock after all. There we go. Right. So that black area is actually too black. So I'm just going to put in some white highlights wherever I think they might be. Okay, I can just soften them if I want to by blending them in. Now I've got a nice base of white there, okay, and I can then just go on top with whatever colour I want, whether it be brown, grey, black. In this case I'm just going to put a little bit of this warm grey on. You'll note that the white wasn't completely dry then, so it blended. Look, watch. Blends. Beautiful. I love how that does that. Because it's not always a good thing. You might not want it to do that sometimes, because you might want the harsh highlight. You're just going to have to leave it longer to dry. Starting to get a bit of a nice look. Now look, clean the brush. Now it went light very quick. Let me find a lighter colour. Or lighter colour, or browner colour perhaps. Let's try this brown. Just to give it a bit of variation. There we go. See, the white has dried a bit more there. So there we go, I'm just drawing on top of the white with the brown. I mean, this isn't perfect, this bit of rock. There's no denying that, and the reason for that is because I'm just doing it out of my head. And let's be honest, that's quite a difficult thing to do. But I've ended up with what I want. I've ended up with a rock. I could actually highlight that quite a lot more if I want to. Now what I think I'll do is let that dry a bit like this one did, and then I'm going to go over the top of all this with that. In the meantime, I need to just keep working on this, using my white if I need it for the fur, adding in colours on top of it, and then let me just put in too much yellow there. There we go. I'm going to put in too much yellow in them bits. Now you just get your darker colour and feed down into it, and that way you'll get the variations. Get the variations. There we go. Quite easy to do. It's just a case of being aware of what you're doing, I think, more than anything. So you can see where I'm doing the whites here. I'm now adding in darker areas because that's obviously at the bottom of the hairs and the shadows. Same here. Same in here. I need to darken that right up in there. It's just a case of layering and layering, really. So this part here. I hope you can catch all this on camera. I won't know until I've uploaded. I'm not an expert cameraman at all. But I've tried to end up with a slightly lighter area here than I have here. Now, the way I'm going to do that is to colour my darkest version of the main colour of the animal in there. And then I'm going to get my warm brown and blend it together with that brown, just to bring off a bit of the edge of it, just to darken it up. And like I say, if you don't like it, you can just go over with the white and change it. I'm not going to tell you it's the easiest thing to do, but certainly not the hardest. Right, you can see now I'm getting fur tufts going around there by leaving lighter areas. I need a little bit of darkness in here to show where the folds are. But like I said, that's a case of just building up. And that's what you need to do. So I'm just going to get a slightly darker grey in here. There we go. Blue, it could be blue, you could use a blue, dark blue. Just to darken them areas up. I'll put them 3 lines in there. You can see how that's made a bit of a shadow between the tufts of fur. Right, but it's too harsh a line. So I get that light, that brown again. And look, I just blend it out. And it comes out into that yellow, so you get an ever decreasing darkness, or an ever increasing lightness if you like, and that just deepens up in there. Look at that. Look how that's now divided them up. Now they say you can't blend with these pens. I say, look, Right, so what I've done is I've added the yellow in, I've then added a dark grey in there, I've then used a kind of middle tone grey to just blend that dark grey out, and it eventually forms into the highlights and shows these tufts of fur. You can do that wherever you like, and if you look along here you'll notice that it's now separated. It's a case of just gradually darkening, really. That's really all it is. It's really, really all it is. Alright, up here, look, I can just put in these darker areas. You can see how it's separating everything. And that's with these pens. But you can't blend, apparently. There, right, now look, I'm going to leave that now because it's just more of the same. But you need to lay your main colour on, or the lightest colour. You need to go onto it with the darker colours, blend them out with that lighter colour again, and that will give you different tones of that original colour, from a dark to a light. So it's just like using it as a blending pen. And the white pen is important. If you make mistakes, you can just go over the top and basically just colour over the top of that again. The hardest part to that is the white is opaque. The Indian inks in the normal colours are transparent, and the white will always show through, but you need to get that darker by just adding on layers. So yeah, so I hope that's helped a little bit, and you know, I'll just quickly show you this again, that area that I did, which was that area there. You can see how I've separated everything, how I've darkened everything up, put all the spots in, you know, so hopefully it's done what I need it to do. You can see where I put the stone in, or the rock in, which is coming up over the other side of his body. You can see I've added on different colours. Now, if that's too dark for me by the time I've done all this bit, I will probably add a bit of white on and put a lighter colour on it and lighten it up so I can get these areas. They're not finished yet, but it will, you know, blend to them areas. So don't be frightened if you put black on, and don't be frightened of the white either. And yeah, I've got to say, I love using these pens. They are such fun, and they are pretty quick too. So I'm going to sign off now. It's a video which I hope helps. I haven't done a video for such a long time, and I'm hoping to come up with some more videos, and I'm hoping to get better at them, and more experience, and you know, teach you some really good stuff. But until then, keep yourself safe, and take care. Bye.